Welcome back, everyone. Well, from maple syrup to whiskey, Canada produces some of the world's finest spirits and liquors. So we thought, what better way to celebrate the country's rich cocktail heritage than trying some ourselves?
Yes, of course. And here with some delicious drinks using 100% homegrown ingredients is the founder and beverage director of Liquid Culture, Monica Carbonell is back in the house.
Welcome back.
Good to see you. Good to see you, my
so
dear.
nice to see you.
Yeah.
And listen, you had to get a bit creative with some of today's recipes to make sure that they're 100% Canadian, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. And you know what? That's all thanks to Canadians because they were creative and innovative, and substituting those lemons and limes actually wasn't as difficult as I thought it would be. And honestly, Canada has so much to offer. We don't have just whiskey. We have a plethora of spirits. We have a thriving wine industry, and the non-alcoholic space is doing so well. So I'm happy to explore
That's
that.
good stuff. All right, so let's start strong in the Yukon with a drink called the Yukon Fashion. What's this drink all about?
Okay, so first off, Canada makes single malts, okay? That I know is rare to hear.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're not calling it a scotch, but two brewers out in Whitehorse, Yukon territories is making award-winning whiskeys. Like, they are very good. So we built a maple, apricot, and blackcurrant
Cheers.
old-fashioned. Give that a taste.
Ooh, that's nice.
Now with
that
this,
goes down well.
We're in trouble. Okay, continue.
So with this, we have so many beautiful components. We got the maple, like the syrup is very simple. It's maple, blackcurrant, and apricot. So you got a quality maple syrup, which did you know that Quebec makes 72% of the world's supply? Like it's an insane amount.
72%? Staggering.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
And then we have the apricot to help bring the notes of the whiskey.
Yeah.
And then we have the blackcurrant, which substituted the orange, because I love an orange in old fashioned.
Yes.
But we had to substitute that, and I added blackcurrant instead.
Love it. All right, so next up, we're heading to BC to sip the Green Currant. Talk to us about this drink. What's in this one?
So think of this as a Collins meat beer cocktail. It's quite
ready.
unique. Yeah.
Sorry,
Here we
cheers.
go.
Okay.
It is quite unique. There's definitely a beautiful seaside influence with it, with the seaside gin from Sheringham Gin,
You like this one?
and the Unibrow Blanche de Chambly wheat beer, which is coming out of Quebec.
Yeah, I'm not a beer lover, but this is pretty good.
I like
This is
beer
really nice.
cocktails a lot.
And I like how the beer actually brings out some of the seaside flavors
Yes.
as well. Like you'll find that's wing kelp here. That's what they use in one of their botanicals for that gin.
Okay.
So just smell it, yeah. It's the earthiness.
Smells like outside.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And listen, you know that citrus component I was telling you about?
Yeah.
Okay, so obviously we don't make it, but in Quebec, Persero makes these syrups and substitutions and ingredients. So I'm gonna make you taste this like citrus substitution.
Ooh,
You see what I mean?
That's a punch.
That's a
little
hit.
tart.
You only need a little bit for it to go a
tart.
long way.
Wow.
It's a little tart.
Yeah.
I
May
like
need
it.
to wash it down. Where's my whiskey?
Yeah.
Your 4 glasses.
Oh my gosh. All right, so now let's travel to Alberta to try the Rye in the Sky. I love the name of this drink, so talk to us about it.
So this is a paper plane inspired cocktail, obviously making it all Canadian. That was probably the most challenging cocktail, but we are using an Alberta rye, and this is, the Rifle Rye, it's 91% rye base, which there is a bit of confusion in terms of Canadian whiskey and rye.
Yes.
So important to get something nice and punchy. Then we have Dylan's Amaro. They have a black walnut Amaro, and which has like anise notes to it that I love. And the non-alcoholic sector, like I brought up the Noah because that substitutes the Aperol that you find in the paper plane. And then I put in a little bit of grapefruit.
All right, so you say there are misconceptions when it comes to Canadian whiskey. What are those misconceptions?
Well, people interchange it. Like they say, oh, I want a rye or I want a Canadian whiskey, assuming that it is a rye.
It's true.
But it's not. A lot of times, actually, it could be other grains and bases, and rye is only a very small but impactful influence. So it's important to just make sure where you're buying from, talk to the distillers, do your little bit of research. This one's a fantastic one from Alberta. So.
Okay,
And
good
was
to know.
the Noah a non-alcoholic? Is that what you
Yeah, it's
said?
non-alcoholic Aperol.
Okay, I love
Kind
finding
of.
out about the non-alcoholic
Yeah.
spirits because I've switched to a lot less drinking.
Yeah,
so
which is great.
You haven't stopped, though.
Yeah,
Not
To be
today.
clear, she hasn't stopped
Not
drinking. Just a
today.
little less. Okay.
Yeah, we're managing it. We're
That's
balancing
right.
it out.
That's
so.
right.
Okay.
Okay, well, lastly, let's head to the Maritimes. How do you make the rose rum sour?
Okay, so this one's quite interesting. It's the Newfoundland Distillery Gunpowder and Rose Rum. And
Sorry, what?
Yeah, yeah.
Did you say gunpowder?
Yes,
Is
yes.
it gunpowder?
No, it's charred birch that really adds in that
I gotta
influence.
ask.
And it's honoring the history behind rum in the Maritimes. So you add this, we add a brandy because rum and brandy really works well together. Isn't it beautiful
This
sour?
is my favorite.
Yeah. We got
This
apple
has
cider, we
got a
got
punch.
verjus. It's one of my favorites.
It's got a high kick to it.
Yeah.
And this feels like it would be good in the summer, but also the fall.
Yep, because of the apple cider that I
Yeah,
put
some
in there.
warming.
So,
Yeah.
I love it. I
Yeah.
love it.
All right, so is there an egg white substitute that we can use?
So you can. There's aquafaba, which is leftover chickpea flour.
It's
and
chickpea water.
Yes,
Chickpea can water.
Exactly.
Aquafaba sounds way better.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't sound as
But
gross.
it's not honest. It's chickpea can water, everybody. Aquafaba. Okay.
But we got foam bitters as well, if that is too much for you.
So what might surprise people to know about rum's influence in the Maritimes specifically?
So rum actually has a huge influence in the Maritimes because they used to trade salt fish for Caribbean rum. And during Prohibition, they were, specifically Nova Scotia, the hub for rum running. So it has a very rich culture. That's why I think Newfoundland Distillery is really honoring that with their gunpowder rose rum.
And I love saltfish and rum. So
Yeah,
that explains a lot of things.
maybe
so
that's an
good.
infusion that we needed.
I love that. All right, Monica, thank you so much. This was delicious. Thank you again. Always great information.
Oh, you're welcome.
We're going to be right back. Stay right where you are. This is.
Hey, you, come a bit closer. We've got so many more must-see interviews, spicy debates, lifestyle tips, and pop culture moments. So subscribe to our channel by tapping the logo below and don't miss out.